Before Willie Nelson braided his way into beard greatness, there was a man whose whiskers didn't just grow, they grooved. A man whose face fuzz looked like it had its own backstage pass and a, well, permanent contact high. Jerry Garcia wasn't just the soul of the Grateful Dead. He was a prophet of peace, wrapped in tie-dye and crowned with a beard that hummed to his own frequency. This week on Beardtory, we're diving deep into the jam, the legend, and the living embodiment of a psychedelic thundercloud, Jerry Garcia's beard. Welcome back to Beardtory, everybody. You guys loved Willie Nelson so much last week, and if you want to check it out, well, go back last week and check it out, that we had to stick with the music. We had to stick with the beards, and this is one that I think you're truly going to enjoy. So let's get into the roots of the groove in the early life and the rise of the beard of Jerry Garcia. Because Jerry Garcia's journey didn't begin with a guitar solo or even a swirl of psychedelic lights. It started in 1942 in the Richmond district of San Francisco. He lost the upper half of his middle finger in a childhood accident, which, instead of limiting him, pushed him deeper into the unconventional. His love of bluegrass and folk blossomed early, and by the 1960s, he was exploring musical spaces most hadn't dared to even imagine. But as Garcia's music got freer, so did his face. The early photos show a clean-shaven Jerry, looking almost reserved. But that wouldn't last. As the summer of love hit San Francisco, Jerry's beard arrived like a rolling fog from Haight-Ashbury. What started as a modest chin scruff soon turned into a silver-streaked storm cloud that swallowed his jawline and refused to be tamed. It wasn't a beard you trimmed, it was a beard that you respected. Fans didn't ask, why did Jerry grow a beard? They asked, when did the beard decide to grow Jerry? Let's fast forward a little bit to the early 1970s. Garcia's beard had transcended personal grooming and had become an icon of the counterculture. You couldn't separate Jerry from the beard any more than you could separate the Grateful Dead from their dancing bears. It was wild, woolly, and entirely authentic, just like the music that he made. And what music it was. Garcia's improvisational playing echoed through stadiums, through festivals, and so did the sight of that glorious face mane, haloed in the stage light. Little bit of sweat. It wasn't just a beard. It was a symbol of resistance to conformity, a rebellion against the clean-shaven establishment. Deadheads, they followed the music, sure, but they also followed the vibe. And Jerry was the vibe. The beard made it impossible to fake it. He wasn't playing a part. He was the part. A cosmic storyteller with a guitar and a beard full of mystery. And even outside of the music, the beard found its way into pop culture. And when Ben & Jerry's launched Jerry Garcia in 1987, they didn't just honor the man, they honored the myth. His name, and by proxy, his beard, became a flavor of joy. And to this day, fans still say, there's a little bit of Jerry in all of us, especially if we haven't even shaved, like, in a while. When Jerry passed away in 1995, it wasn't just a musical loss. It was the end of an era. But like all great legends, the myth of Jerry and his beard, they refused to die. Go to any jam band festival, vintage record store, or dusty VW bus with a broken AC and at least 3 dream catchers, and you'll feel it. That presence, that beard energy. It's woven in tapestries, scrawled into murals, and tattooed on the arms of fans who weren't even alive when he was. You see it in the mountain man beards of today's indie musicians, in the sage-like appearance of modern producers, and the professors who show up to lecture in sandals and reference working man's dead. Jerry's beard didn't end. It multiplied. There's something comforting about that. In a world that's constantly changing, we still have this image. A silver beard, a mellow smile, a man who carried the weight of the world with a shrug, a solo, and a sandwich from the tour bus fridge. As long as people gather to dance barefoot in fields under open skies, Jerry Garcia's beard will always be there, watching, vibing, and gently nodding along. And this now is the moment that some of you have been waiting for. Let's break down Jerry Garcia's beard, and let's go ahead and rank this legendary beard. And if you're new here, we go ahead and we rank these beards on a couple of different categories. We go with the fear factor, we go with the wisdom points, the intimidation level, thickness and wildness, and the historical impact. We give it a total, and we show it where it ranks, if it makes the top 20 of all the beards that we've done on Beardtory. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in to the fear factor. Let's be honest, Jerry's beard isn't scary, unless you feared late night philosophical tangents and being handed maybe like a tambourine or a cowbell. So for me, this is a 3.4 out of 10 for fear factor. Let's talk wisdom points, because that beard looked like it had read every Carlos Castaneda book and argued, potentially, with the moon, the universe, something deep in space. And you got to be a pretty wise person to be able to do what you do in the music world. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to just pick up and learn an instrument. It takes a big brain. So for me, this is a 9.1 out of 10. Intimidation. Let's be honest, unless you were a cop in 1969 or a concert security guard, you're not looking at Jerry Garcia's beard and being like, oh my gosh, that's super intimidating. Not a very intimidating beard. So for me, 4.7 out of 10. Thickness and wildness. Fluffy, freeform, and completely unconcerned with trends, just like his solos. When you think thickness, when you think wild, I mean, this beard was thick. This beard was wild. It's not the longest beard. It's not all over the place, but I mean, let's be honest, the vibe, Grateful Dead. It's thick, it's wild, it's natural. So for me, the first number that popped in my head, 9.5 out of 10. Thickness and wildness. And historical impact, I mean, we've talked about it. Ben Jerry's ice cream still around. One of my favorite hat companies, Finlay Hats, they even did a Jerry Garcia style hat, which in hindsight, I'm looking at it on the wall. I probably should have wore it. Didn't put it on. Big dummy. I'm not going to do it now. But it's a cultural symbol. Music legend. Ice cream flavor. The beard is canon. So for me, historical impact, 8.9 out of 10. And if my math is mathin', total beard score, 35.6 out of 50. And here is how his beard ranks out of all the beards that we have done here in Beardtory. Pretty wild, huh? And that, my bearded brethren and blissed out beard lovers, brings us to the end of another legendary jam through follicle history. Jerry Garcia didn't just grow a beard, he grew a movement, a swirling, gray, cosmic tumbleweed of wisdom, music, and mellow rebellion. Whether you're a deadhead or just someone who respects a man whose beard could have been its own headliner at Woodstock, one thing's for sure, Jerry's legacy lives on. In the riffs, in the records, in the roadside V-dub vans, and yes, in the beards that dare to be free. So the next time you're deep in thought, staring into the swirling colors of a tie-dye shirt or zoning out mid-solo, just remember, somewhere out there, Jerry's beard is still jamming. Until next time, keep it growing, keep it weird, and above all, stay beardiful. This was Beardtory. Peace, love, and beard grease. Take care, everybody.